Welcome to a pre-Halloween Eve cooking with yours truly, Dragon Adrian Hannah Dragon. What are you gonna be dressed up as? Gonna dress up as the Rainbow Witch. Since living the worst financial crisis of my other life, gotta improvise. And I got this mask from before. I got it just before COVID, which is gonna be my mask for the Rainbow Witch. Got a rainbow shirt, got rainbow laces, which are the best laces that I ever received. Gift from my friend who's oftentimes been a teacher, the one I love and call sister, who has a fourth dimension to that trinity, being my one and only financial sponsor at the moment. Yours truly, Adrian Hannah Dragon. This special cooking is dedicated. I was hoping that the chocolates, the candies, the goods, the sweets, sours were gonna be reduced greatly this COVID, since many families are financially struggling, as yours truly is. Perhaps by midnight tonight, Halloween, it's 9:52 p.m., 30th of October, Saturday night. Maybe I'll get that first donation of $1 via PayPal from somebody else besides my friend, my teacher, the one I love and call sister, who has given me these pants and many other clothing items. Best jeans ever had, and the laces, aforementioned laces, best, most beautiful, divine, holy rainbow laces. They're rainbow color laces, which we'll wear for the first time tomorrow on Halloween on the boots. Proceeding, I was a bit sick, ill, and had COVID-like symptoms, so I semi-isolated. I didn't volunteer in the community work, and I only went out for essentials and for working out and doing some marches, since that has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for yours truly. Working out, exercising, and regular physical activity. And I'm still a bit sick today, still coughing a bit, not that much, it's getting better. I am twice vaccinated, double vaxxed. Encourage everybody to get tested, get vaccinated. Willing to get the third shot. And of course, yours truly died during COVID. Adrian H. Dragon is don't want to go back to nothing pre-COVID times. Personally, I understand a lot of people don't want to go back to business. They had a lot of interest and stuff like that. And myself, I'm willingly living for change. For me personally, as one of the big changes is losing weight, getting out of depression, being suicidal, and still got issues. I'm not still perfecto. I admit a lot of things people don't admit. Dancing, working out, training, exercising, and through years of struggle, the learning, reading thousands of books, my many years of struggle and suffering, loneliness, depression, and spent years in the libraries of the city of Montreal, reading thousands of books and writing thousands of pages, of which many of my theories in the compendium are embodied in the philosophies of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, which is a non-sectarian project for world peace, international justice, and global freedom, and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. This session is dedicated along with the Rainbow Witch project. I was hoping that prices are going to be greatly reduced, as usually the prices on the candies, goods, sweets, Halloween candy is reduced the next day, which is today, is going to be a Monday, since tomorrow, Sunday, is Halloween, 31st of October, and usually Monday they start putting them half price. Was hoping, on the contrary, I've seen some increases in the prices. I still am upset, a bit angry to admit that powers that be, multinational corporations, have not taken the steps along with the grocery stores, the superstores, which have been making a lot of profits. I've been just for the kids, man, for the children, for the families struggling, to reduce the prices. Was hoping that they're gonna reduce at least 50%, half price this COVID, just to bring some kids joy. And this is the Rainbow Witch project, which I began. I was sick. I said I couldn't. I was wanted to go door to door, and I didn't get finance and volunteers to go with it and stuff like that. I was hoping, dreaming a bit, I did what I do, I'm willing to do for my allies and armies. And yours truly, the Rainbow Witch Project is advocating for, of course, the reduction of the prices. And then today, too late. Already the money spent. Tomorrow, people are going last shopping spree before Halloween, just a few hours. And this video will probably gonna be posted by 3 a.m. 31st of October. I don't see much change in the prices, unfortunately, and the Rainbow Witch Project was dedicated to that, and is and will be, and also to educate the children to brush the teeth. I've created a song composed like a chant, melody, incantation, sort of, the Rainbow Witch, to make the children's brush their teeth and also recycle the wrappers, paper wrappers, plastic wrappers that can be recycled. So for Mother Nature, the greatest artist, for the environment, so a trinity of purposes for pleasure, joy of the children, and reducing the financial burden on the families. This Halloween and future Halloween, somebody will to continue with the Rainbow Witch Project every year from now. Tomorrow will be the Rainbow Witch. So yours truly created also for education, for recycling the papers, the wrappers, or for encouraging to do works of art in the Rainbow Witch. Do a Rainbow Witch from the wrappers after Halloween. Mind to for the children's education and pleasure, so that for the sugar and the all education pertaining, while at the same time encouraging the joy, the creativity, the art, and the education for the children, for the kids. Corporation, man, multi-millionaires, billionaires, athletes, artists. It's for the kids, you know, for the children. Oh, here I am, yours truly, Dragan. Gonna begin by putting the coffee, tying up here, and 1, 2, 3. Gonna be putting the coffee first, coffee first, coffee first. This water, gotta thank my friend, oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister, who has the fourth dimension to that trinity, providing me filters for yours truly to get cleaner, healthier, pure water. For which will drink this healthier cup of coffee in order to give me some energy to cook, meditate, and dedicate my workouts, my dance, my activities for the general mission, vision, and philosophy of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire, which is non-sectarian, for world peace, international justice, and global freedom. Coffee on, kinda need to tidy here. Just came out of the shower, it's a bit wet. There we go. More secure, more sanitary. This I found, I think it was last February during COVID. I retrieved it, I washed it. This I bought secondhand. I loved it. This, the pants. Gifts from my friend, oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister. So now, gotta wash the hands, hand tie. Soap, 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 soap. Soap, 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 soap. Rub, 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 R-U-B. Gonna be cooking some potatoes. And again, since it came out so good, apple pie. First and foremost, I'm gonna be taking out what needs to be taken out from the potatoes. I'm gonna be using in this. Clearing what needs to be cleared from the oven. Getting everything ready, rock and roll. Go. And the apple pie is gonna be in this. And back the potatoes, different kinds of potatoes. Wash this. I need to use it. And this, of course, will melt the one of the best spots I ever had. Gift again from my friend, my sometimes teacher, the one I live in called Sister. Love the divine holy green on it. And this, I'm gonna be melting the block of Colombian sugar. So the ingredients, the apples. Oh, before I forget, this clean a bit. Clean the oven a bit. this you can use it again. There's no holes, there's no damage to it, so we'll reuse it. I'm gonna put the oven at 420 Fahrenheit. Gonna start it now, 420. The question is which one to use, chocolate fudge or devils. The apples. Beautiful apples of different sizes. Remember the motto of the dancing goddess Army: all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess. With her brother son. Even these apples were made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother son, which were harvested by one of my brothers and sisters, farmers. And the leaders of the free world, politicians, senators, House of Representative members, need to go kiss their hands, wash their feet, massage their bodies, for they harvest the fruits of the dance that is continuous of the goddess, whose hairs are but the trees, dances with her brother son to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes, such as these apples, for us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. And I'm gonna start with having a cup of coffee. So you'll need a few apples, 6-7 apples, depending on the size. You'll need cake mix of different sorts. Haven't decided whether I'm gonna use chocolate fudge, white chocolate, or devil's food. I think I'm gonna go for the white chocolate. Oh, apple. I'm going to be cutting the apples into small pieces. Taste it a bit. It's not very sweet. However, look how many small pieces that small apple gave. Quite a lot. Coffee's ready just in time. Coffee's ready just in time. Even this black coffee which I'm about to drink, comes from a red berry. Even this was made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother's son. As all fruits, vegetables, and legumes are made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess with her brother's son. Which yours truly drinks now. Thank you, goddess, and thank you, farmers, harvesters of the coffee bean. Whether in Latin America, or Africa, or Asia, we used to drink this cup of coffee and cook and write poetry and dance and love and philosophize and contribute to civilization by my spiritual teachings, my rants, my dances, my art, my willingly loving philosophies for the dancing goddess of the dancing goddess and the dragon empire. And the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, pro-love, universal revolutionary centrist party. And we'll put a dual. So I'm gonna also have to put water. I'm gonna slowly heat the water. Some water. Usually about this. My calculations. And this is what I will use. As I used last time in my last pies, apple pies, which came out really good. This is a block of raw sugar from Colombia, the country of Latin America, Colombia, not the city or the District of Columbia down south in the United States of America. but from the country of Colombia. I got a few of them just before COVID. I think really special deal, like unbelievable, and I've been putting it to some good use. It's been coming great just in time for me to make these apple pies, and it's just so good. Put this about 300 grams of water with this, melt it in the water, and then I put the cake mix, and that I'm putting on top of the cut apple pies to make the apple pie, which this experimental apple pies have turned out really good, better than expected. So this is a block. It's about 156 grams. I think it's more than a chocolate bar. I think maybe less weight in terms of weight. Anyways, put it in with the water, and then I'll mix it in. I'll heat it up, start heating the water. So I cut the potatoes and the apples. Even these potatoes were made, created, and produced by the dance of the goddess, which dances with her brother the sun to make, create, produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes which our brothers and sisters, farmers, harvest for us to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization. Gonna cut the bad parts, and I won't peel them because I just peeled them a bit because I do want to get just the bad parts. Gonna peel, wash, cut. But small pieces again. Chunks. Basically chunky pieces like this. It's gonna be baked potatoes, basically baked potatoes, simple, with a little bit of pepper and mayo. Simple eating. On a budget. Simple late evening, Halloween Eve, and tomorrow is gonna be leftovers. Halloween. See, so I got two kinds of potatoes, yellow or white potatoes and red potatoes. Well, the peel, the inside is kind of very similar, but and a bigger apple. Taste this one too. Ice. No waste. Wash, 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 rinse, and less sweet than the other. And the texture is different also. Has a different texture. It's more spongy. More soft. The other one was sweeter, harder. The smaller apple. This one's more close to even sour. Bigger apple. So it gives a lot of pieces, one. Now I'm gonna make sure that the block of raw brown sugar is totally dissolved. I don't want any pieces, any powdery, totally dissolve it in the water. So now I broke it into several pieces. The big block is now it's broken into several pieces. And I want it to be totally dissolved. More potatoes. So now that it's dissolving, I'm lowering the heat a bit. Oh, this is a big potato. Hut, hut, hut. This potato gave a lot. The oven's heating well. Potato. Potato. And another potato. Another potato. Another potato.
Another potato. And an apple, smaller apple. Apple. Last potato, small one. Small potato. And last apple. Last apple. And gonna put the potatoes. So I'm just gonna put some pepper on the potatoes. And cover the potatoes. Cover with aluminum foil. Use glove. It's hot metal. Now these are all the apples. Now I'm gonna make the mix on top. So the mix with this. Now I'm gonna put it a bit higher again, the water. And decided that we'll use since it is Halloween, we're gonna use devil's food. It's actually just cake mix, but it's called devil's food. That's what it's called. Since it is Halloween, next time I'm gonna use the white chocolate. And I'm gonna cut it open here. Gonna mix. Make sure all the raw sugar block is dissolved completely, as now it has turned a dark brown color the water, so it's all dissolved. Just gonna make sure, and I'm gonna mix this in. Make sure I use it all, no waste. And then mix it. I might have just put a little bit too much water. It's not as thick as last time, however, should be okay if I mix it a bit more. Mix it, mix it, mix it well until it gets the thickness. This is what it looks like. See? This I'm going to pour on top of the apples right now. this. Tasty. Turn off the heat. Cover it. Cover it and put it below. Glove because it's hot. And voila, apple pie. Below. Close the oven. It is 10:44, so we'll check it around in half an hour, 11:15. Now I'm just gonna clean the mess. Put some more coffee. Should be ready by midnight for the feast. Midnight's already the 31st, Halloween, pre-Halloween, cooking with yours truly, Dragan. Wash everything that needs to be washed. Here, this. Some water in it. And wash this. Should wash the. Wash the oven, clean the counters, rinse, wash, rinse, rinse, wash, rinse. Then dry. Then dry. Now I can wash the dishes, utensils, which I've used. Let's wash. Use my special strawberry to wash. A little soap. Rinse, wash, rinse, wash. Good wash. Put it to dry. Dry. We can take some cutlery. Put it together. Take the other. Put some soap. Oh, soap, 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 soap. Soap, 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 until they're soapy, 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 soapy. Inspect the size, then rub, rub, rub. Wash with water. And the other one. No. Take these. These. There. Let's dry again. This has dried. Right there. Counter again. The glove there and the glove here. Now check. Some more. Wash this. Wash the cups. Tea mug, actually. Tea mug. Soap. Then rinse it with water. Right there. Now my weekdays coffee mug. And with soap. Soap at the bottom in, go deep, 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 deep dive with the soap. Around the bout. Then with water, rinse. Clean, 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 clean. Two holy, sacred, divine forces, elements. Water, clean, fire to purify, reorder sometimes, and also clean sometimes. And of course, to build, maintain, or upgrade civilization and cook and eat. this now. Rinse again here, tack tack. And the compost. Compost will be, of course, the potato peels. Which I will put in my compost bin. And this is, before I bring it, make sure that the water goes in the sink so I don't put water all over the place, although I will, of course, clean here. Swipe. See, this is what it looks like. Compost. Open the bin, which I have right here. Tack. Put the compost in. Tack. Compost in. This goes back in the sink section. And rinse again here. Not rinse but dry. I'm gonna use the other one interchangeably, and the other one's gonna be washed next washing cycle, which is Monday. A good cycle, rotation, orders. Get dirty but get back clean. Don't stay dirty, gets diseased by germs, microbes, bacteria. I gotta wash this last items. This that I used gonna be washed right away. And everything is clean, dry. This is going to be recycling. Recycling. A little bit up there. There. Again, go back. Go back. Go back. Alright. And half potatoes, leftovers maybe for slow cooking. For this week, how many potatoes do we got left? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 potatoes. Wow. Is that so? I believe so, yeah, again. Make another count. That's a holy, sacred, divine number. So I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 potatoes left. 13 and 3 spins. Spins, and they're ready to be put for the next use. The potatoes. Let's give it a 4th spin. Make it 13-4. And potatoes are ready to be used slow cooking in the coming days. I'll put them here. I'm gonna probably slow cook them with a rutabaga and this lettuce. That's it. Put this for recycling. This there. Because the oven's on, this gets hot, so make sure I don't have any plastic, anything that can be damaged, because it doesn't get that hot, but it's still, from the oven below, it gets a little bit hot above, right? Still a little bit. So make sure there's no plastic, stuff like that on it. Which can get the plate ready. Gonna rinse it a bit. It's my plate. Special Dancing Goddess and Dragan and Phoenix Sabbath, which is now, starts Friday at midnight. The Sabbath, 37 hours, 49 minutes, 42 seconds. Almost 38 hour Sabbath. Ends about Sunday tomorrow, 3 p.m. Of course, Halloween starts. Use this plate to eat the potatoes. And the apple pie. This recycling, this stay there for now. This will be recycling. Gonna go get the broom, clean the floors a bit. Recycle this. Millennials, this is called a broom and a dustpan. Clean your rooms, millennials. Clean your room, millennial. There roll the weed and smoke. Clean and go. Do it around the body, and I'ma start rapping. I'ma start flexing. Yep. I ain't got no money for the studio. Best rapper 2021 will be 22. Believe it. No bets, yo. Money for the studio. Yep. On a drop of low. Yep. Rainbow, that's for sure though. Click and clack, no. Turning the other cheek, no. Vengeance, 7 full time, 7 yo. But that's a warning. Keep my name out of your mouth. It's not for blessing. Click it. Lick it. See, click it. Tick and tuck it. Do it. Torque up, put my lap it. Forward piece it into pieces. They're diseases. Rainbow slickses. English languages with them sixes. With the flixes. With the clips. The lips it. With the licorice on the flitting satellite, with you flexing and on the flitnet, huh? There we go. to the garbage. And that is very good. Clean. Now we can work out. What are we gonna work out with? Well, we're gonna improvise. We're gonna work out with, read the news and work out with a bottle of water. With the bottle of water, with the bottle of water. Gonna work out with the bottle of water, waiting for the checking on the pie. Work out till midnight. I'm gonna work out and rap. Ready? Rap for world peace. Let's bring the rainbow and the goddess, dancing goddess flag back. The emblem. The dancing goddess. This is tax the banks. This is finance world peace. And this is together we win. And this is a unused as of yet agenda with birds of the world. Coffee. Give me one light. It is 11:07 p.m. So I put it. It was. What was the time? It was 10, right? It was 10:45. So I said I was gonna check. I'm gonna check in about 10 minutes. It's gonna. And spice in there. So I'm gonna wear it tomorrow for Halloween. The rainbow. I'm gonna be dressed as the rainbow witch. Rainbow witch. The stool deck.
get the there's a bottle of water. See, see, it's full to the top. See, it's full of water. It's 18 liters, which is about 40 pounds, and the bottle of water is about between few pounds, minimum 3 pounds, so it's minimum 42 pounds, maximum up to 10 pounds, the bottle will say. So between minimum of 42 pounds and maximum 50. Working on water. Working, training, exercising with water, and cooking, which will build the muscles, with fire, of course. So both together as our holy, divine, sacred. Fire and water. There's an interesting book. Yeah, I do believe I was incarnated in many past lives, many incarnations, many times a farmer, a servant to the priestesses of the goddess, warrior, soldier, different lives, different incarnations, and many a times as an American born in the USA twice in past lives, 156 years ago, 718 miles that way, served in the US Army. So yes, do believe in reincarnation. Many times I was a man or a woman, both intersex as I am, androgynous, yours truly. Serve the web a bit, see what's in the news, work out some more. It's the Sabbath, so not a lot of working, resting. I did have a good, although I was sick, I was struggling, but nonetheless, I did go 3 times in a row for marches of more than 3 hours. I'm still coughing a bit, still a sore throat and a stuffy nose.
Well, the good news, I don't see a lot of good news on the news, so the good news is that for my allies and armies, from that one kiss which the goddess of starlit heavens sends to her sister who dances with her brother the sun, to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes. And that kiss turns into 93 trillion kisses. So 1 trillion is 1,000 billion, 1 billion is 1,000 million. So 1 trillion has 12 zeros. And those kisses are credited to me, interest-free loans. To my allies and armies. Kisses, hugs, rubs, massages, loves, to all willingly loving to receive, give. Let's work out some more. I'm gonna go get some more coffee and check on the potatoes. Turn them a bit. Ah, the apple pie is starting to smell good. More coffee. Apple pie is starting to smell good. Potatoes starting to get steam out of them. And let's work out some. So now we cook. I'm gonna do a little bit of reading, train the brain, mind. And now I'm going. Ongoing situation affecting the world. North America. We'll be reading about the Great Resignation. Two words, G-R-E-A-T, great is big, majestic, powerful, Great Resignation. R-E-S-I-G-N-A-T-I-O-N, Great Resignation, also known as the Big Quit. The Great Resignation, also known as the Big Quit, is the ongoing trend of employees voluntarily leaving their jobs. from spring 2021 to the present, largely in the United States. The resignations have been characterized as in response to the COVID pandemic. The American government refusing to provide necessary worker protection and wage stagnation, that's for sure. Have better living wage. Minimum wage should have been 15 across North America back when yours truly was working in retail. And remember, during the great financial crises, 2007, 2010, was working overtime and my hours got cut. In less than a year, 3 times, went from working more than 40 hours a week to 35 to 30 and then to below 30. So 3 times were cut in less than a year, in like 10 months during the crises. I suffered with the workers on the front line. I thought then there was going to come big changes in our capitalist societies. I was very disappointed, depressed when the depression said, well, look, while the CEOs of many financial institutions gave not only raises but bonuses. Wage stagnation despite rising costs, and that's a big problem for me as well. Although I'm open for business, I'm still hoping for that first dollar to come tonight by midnight via PayPal or getting some commission work and some work. I'm open for business, can do art, can cook, can clean, can massage, can entertain, can kiss, can wash, can do and can do and can do, can write, can read, can create, can philosophize, and can get dirty but get back clean, royal, regal, lofty. Rising cost of living, big problem. Some economists describe the Great Resignation as a general strike. A general strike is a strike action in which a substantial proportion of the total labor force in a city, region, or country participates. General strikes are characterized by the participation of workers in a multitude of workplaces and tend to involve entire communities. While discussing Striketober, Striketober is the labor strike wave in October 2021 by workers in the United States in the context of strike during the COVID-19 pandemic. During the month, more than 100,000 workers in the United States either participated in or prepared for strikes in one of the largest increases in organized labor. A strike action, also called labor strike, or simply strike, is a work stoppage caused by the mass refusal of employees to work. A strike usually takes place in response to employee grievances. Strikes became common during the Industrial Revolution, when mass labor became important, wave in October 2021. The term Great Resignation was likely coined by Anthony Klutz, a professor of management at Mays Business School of Texas A&M University, who predicted this mass exodus was coming in May 2021. Background. Let's do some more workout. Background. From December 2000 to the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, the United States resignation rate never surpassed 2.4 of the total workforce. High quit rates indicate worker confidence in the ability to get higher paying jobs, which typically coincides with high economic stability, an abundance of people working, and low unemployment rates. Conversely, during periods of high unemployment, resignation rates tend to decrease as higher rates are also decrease. For example, during the Great Recession, which I've just mentioned that myself have suffered greatly because of it, and millions just like me, hundreds of millions, billions suffered, while only a few, right, got bonuses and gave themselves raises and bonuses along with the millions of dollars in salaries, millions of dollars in bonuses. The Great Recession was a period of marked general decline. Recession observed in national economies globally that occurred between 2007, late July, to 2009, early December. The scale and timing of the recession varied from country to country. The Great Recession. Stop throwing filth, dirt, and poison in my eye, brother. During the Great Recession was a period of marked general decline. Recession observed in national economies globally that occurred between 2007 and 2009. The US quit rate decreased from 2% to 1.3% as the higher rate fell from 3.7 to 2.8%. Resignation rates in the US during the COVID-19 pandemic initially followed this pattern. In March and April 2020, a record 13.0 and 9.3 million workers, 8.7 and 7.2% were laid off. And of course, the COVID recession due to COVID, it began with the stock market crash induced by COVID, began on February 20th and ended about April 7th. And I remember I was sick, very ill, and disease like it was like death, pestilence, and disease. When I had COVID at the end of January 2020 until about February 20th or so. Adrian H. Dragan died during COVID, making reborn Adrian Hannah Dragan, androgynous pansexual founder of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire, which are one empire, under the sun and the stars on earth, for world peace, international justice, securing and ensuring global freedom and attaining harmony between civilization and nature. And of course, in a non-sectarian way, everybody can join, all willingly loving, to support the general mission, and created two institutions, complementary covenant cooperative institutions, International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragon Army, and the International Integrated Dance League, the Dancing Goddess Army, the Dragon Army, to secure food, housing, and transport for all. And after we have secured these three elements, essential elements of civilization, we can encourage people to volunteer, do community work, work out, train, exercise, and socially rewarded thereof, and organize mass dancing events for the mass cleaning of the oceans, rivers, waterways, lakes, forests, mountains thereof, to attain harmony between civilization and with nature. 9.3 million workers were laid off, and the quit rate subsequently fell to a 7-year low of 1.6. Much of the layoffs and resignations were driven by women who disproportionately work in industries that were affected most by the lockdowns, like service industries and childcare. As the pandemic has continued, however, workers have paradoxically, it is a paradox, there's a paradox,
just like my scenario, which began in 2019, the one created to go hand in hand with my general war integrated total body training system, workout system that I've created in 2019, was designed, made, and go hand in hand with my World War III scenario, which predates COVID by 93 days, but which in many ways resembles the COVID-19 health and financial crisis by, of course, in my scenario, what triggers World War III is a stock market crash, which triggers a global financial collapse. Due to COVID triggers the stock market crash, which triggers recessions and depressions, the worst economic, financial, commercial crises in more than 70 years since the Great Depression, paradoxically. And again, on COVID, my trinity has been, is, and will be this. First and foremost, do not know what caused COVID health and financial crisis. Second, believe it was snakes to human beings, which transmitted a zoonotic transmission, or origins, zoonotic origins. And third, since do not know for sure, my zoonotic snake theory origin is not 100% confirmed, cannot rule out another possibility, be it an accident in a lab, a man-made virus, or bioweapon. A fourth dimension to that trinity of beliefs surrounding the COVID-19 health and financial crisis is what do know 100% without a doubt, is that before COVID, yours truly as a world peace advocate, independent student, scholar of history, wars, geopolitics, and civilization, had taken into consideration what had transpired up to that moment in time, namely the US-China trade war, began by the Trump administration, the arrest of Meng Wanzhou and Michael Spavor and Michael Kovrig, subsequently by the RCMP authorities to honor an extradition treaty with the United States, arresting Meng Wanzhou, the chief financial officer of Huawei, and afterwards the two Michaels in China, which a month ago were in another mid quid pro quo exchange released. And historical events such as Pearl Harbor. So as a world peace advocate, student, scholar of wars, geopolitics, civilization, and independent security analyst and theorist, had taken those elements into consideration and had created the World War III scenario and the workout to go hand in hand with it, like two sides to a coin. And since in my scenario there was the solution, it wasn't only the destruction. In my scenario there was always also a solution. That's what I began advocating, calling for. The solution is in my scenario, mobilizing 1% of citizenry out of the population of NATO member countries, creating a new social security transnational force for institution, the international citizen integrated social security force, to be integrated with all existing public and private security forces and armed forces and organizations and institutions, to secure the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. Once we have those three secured, we can encourage, socially reward, and support people to work out, train, exercise, do community work, volunteer, and integrate at all levels of civilization. And of course, if they want to get dirty, get back clean, and love, 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 love in all ways, shape, and forms, with consent, 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 and sharing, and of course, to the body is a philosophy that is a temple for pleasure or for purpose. To have citizen services, washing, cleaning, massages, and all service and security institution, the Dragan Army. Complementary covenant cooperative institution with a dancing goddess army. It's like envisioned in my scenario, which although had the devastation and the destruction, it also had the solution. I was mobilizing citizenry of NATO first, and then throughout who are willingly in Latin America, Central America, Israel, the Middle East, Africa, and extending the hand of world peace from the west to the east, north, and south. To, by debt refusion, putting my theory to practice, which is a theory which I have written, now given in my theories and philosophies of universal revolutionary centrism and democratic fusion, given in a compendium, of fundamental essence, incorporated in my philosophies of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire and the Phoenix People's Party, and putting my theory of debt refusion into practice. Basically taking all private and public debt, my X, I'm X1, you're X2, and there's hundreds of X's across the world. Bring all that number of private and public debt together with that number, crediting the universal, a global central bank to issue a universal unit of exchange by preferably biometrics, the hand, the voice, and the eye being unique biometric identifiers, and finance the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions of the International Citizen Integrated Social Security Force, aka the Dragon Army, with the National Integrated Dance League, aka the Dancing Goddess Army, to attain world peace, international justice, securing ensure global freedom for all by securing the three elements of civilization: food, housing, and transport. And then we can encourage travel for volunteering, community work, cultural exchange, dialogue, and integration as a global civilization of a new world order of peace, justice, global freedom, and love. And love is also action. Kisses, hugs, rubs, massages, and health and hygiene for humanity, necessary. And of course, the attaining of harmony between civilization and nature while ensuring and securing global freedom. And that is yours truly, Adrian Hana Dragon, who died, born Adrian H. Dragon, who died during COVID, is in being reborn. With every step, every push-up, every hawk, every squat, every cooking that I'm doing, every sun ray that hits my body, moon, light that I gaze upon, star that I count, and tree that I kiss. Yeah, I do kiss trees. They're bigger than me and they're the hairs, just the hair on the goddess's body, and I am a piece of dust. I admit it. Turn ashes, city of the pyramids, holy. Let's continue the writing, the reading, and work out a bit. And as the pandemic has continued, however, workers have paradoxically quit their jobs in large numbers. Although I have am living the worst financial crisis of my adult life, those workers who were born in the USA, myself twice in past life, I'm calling to join in any capacity as supporters, allies, lovers, or citizens or revolutionary soldiers of the Dancing Goddess Army and the Dragon Army for world peace. Those taking part in the Great Resignation and can offer you kisses, washes, massages, to do art, to dance, to rub, to tickle, to cook, and to give pleasure in to the body by massaging, by kissing, by washing, or by cooking, or by hugging, or by dancing, by philosophizing, by reading to you, for you, writing poetry, songs, and so on and so forth. For the who's taking part in the Great Resignation, Adrian Hana Dragon loves you, understand. I was suffered, I was especially with the employment by precarious employment with the placement agencies and temp agencies, and much needed change, and change starts personally. I'm not perfect, I got issues, vices of being reborn, and one thing that they can say that the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Army are The institutions are now founded on past institutions, on different oppressions and repression and hate and destruction and all that, but unwillingly love for a global, international, universal world of peace, justice, freedom, and harmony with nature. And that I have, not perfect, have darkness and have bitterness, and sometimes I'm upset and angry in myself, and also have lusts. I want to experience different things, eat food that I never ate, see places that I never seen, and drink spirits, not ghosts. I know it's Halloween, but spirits as in liquors. Although I'm not a big drinker or drug consumer, I'm calling for the legalization of drugs like marijuana, cannabis, cocaine, ecstasy, pills, speed pills, and heroin, and not the dangerous ones, but to standardize and sanitize drugs, to end the war on drugs and put a war on poverty and helping, doing. I understand. I struggled. I was many times worker in different industries on the front lines, and during the Great Resignation, not the Great Resignation, the Great Recession, I had myself suffered. My work hours were cut 3 times, and service so the much of the layoffs and resignation were driven by women who disproportionately work in industries that were affected most by the lockdowns, like service industries and childcare. And I have ideas, and I've written down theory for the dancing goddess and the dragon childcare systems to educate them while not repressing their creativity, stimulating their creativity and joy, and not to poison them, to run them to be more, to share more, and to utilize their respective energies and forces and inclinations, and for not to be ashamed, and teach them to love and love and love, and to that the body is a temple for pleasure and for purpose, not that they're gonna be tortured or by. As the pandemic has continued, however, workers have paradoxically quit their jobs in large number. This is despite continued labor shortages and high unemployment. In economics, a shortage or excess demand is a situation in which the demand for a product or service is supply in a market exceeds, surpasses, that is. Labor shortages. I don't know about labor shortages much. I've applied for many jobs and few responses, a few callbacks, and I'm open for business. The primary principle, prime business of yours truly, Nana Dragon, is the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Emperor and the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, universal revolutionary centrist party for world peace, international justice, global freedom, and securing global freedom, ensuring it, and harmony between civilization and nature. My rent is paid till October. Got expecting $758 November 1st to pay my rent again, pay half, because I only can afford to pay half of my phone bill, and pay $47 in electricity bill. And to those three bills, that trinity of the rent, the phone bill, and the electricity bill, a fourth dimension of we'll get some food to last me for November, and November will beg us on the streets to see as a will I be able to survive if I wouldn't get a check for December. If people give and will offer and will my art, my philosophies, door to door and on the streets and in the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Empire, Mount Royal. Gonna go get more last cup of coffee, and it's almost midnight, so we'll take off the aluminum foil. We'll be back to finish this. Took off the aluminum from the potatoes only. Starting to brown now. Won't be ready by midnight, but by 12:15, 12:20, 12:30 for sure. Swear to According to there's despite continued labor shortages, we read that causes the COVID-19 pandemic has allowed workers to rethink their careers, work conditions, and long-term goals. As many workplaces attempted to bring their employees in person, workers desired the freedom to work from home. Remote work also called telecommuting, distance working, telework, teleworking, working from home, mobile work, remote job, work from anywhere, WFA, and flexible workplace is a work arrangement in which employees do not commute to a central place of work. Given during the pandemic, with telecommuting also came schedule flexibility, which was the primary reason to look for a new job of the majority of those studied by Bankrate in August 2021. Bankrate LLC is a consumer financial services company based in New York City. Bankrate.com, perhaps its best known brand, is a personal finance website. As of November 8, 2017, it became a subsidiary of Red Ventures through an acquisition. Learning today. Bankrate, type private industry internet, 1976, 45 years ago. Bankrate was founded in 1976 by Robert K. Haydee as a print publisher of the Bankrate Monitor. In 1996, the company began moving its business online. Red Ventures, founded 2021 years ago. Red Ventures is an American media company and is the owner of Lonely Planet, CNET, SDNet, TV Guide, Metacritic, GameSpot, Giant Bomb, The Points Guy, and Shout House since October 30th, 2020, as well as Healthline Media and Bankrate since 2017. Red Ventures focuses on what it calls integrated marketplaces, namely sites that dispense news, advice, and reviews. Midnight, sun is rising over the city of the pyramids, illuminating Africa, Europe, the Middle East. Excuse me for a few seconds, we'll be back. Work out some more. So the sun is now rising. This is 12:03 a.m. Midnight Hawk Island, Montreal is rising over city of the pyramids. Where the pyramids are. Which was born in ancient Egypt many lifetimes, many past incarnation, both as a man and as a woman. As a priestess and a goddess. No, do not know how the pyramids were built, but do know that was also a farmer by the Nile who fed the priestesses, and the workers who built on the pyramids were fed by some of my grapes, wheat, lettuce, lettuce, lettuce or lettuce, let us, lettuce or lettuce, laces, lettuce, lettuce, Siemens, lettuce, horse. Bank raid in August 2021. Additionally, many workers, particularly in younger cohorts, are seeking to gain a better work-life balance. Work-life balance is the equilibrium between personal life and career work. And some of the theories and propositions is, of course, in the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Emperor, work will also be more playful, with consent, with warnings. Don't go gossip. I was not gonna gossip, it brings the low. I'm not perfect, but I'm saying, it's better to address directly or give everybody deserves second, third chances. And also, understanding is key. And of course, warnings. Sometimes it's required first time, second time, third time to warnings. You're not doing this XY. Not like temporary work placement agencies which hire workers on behalf of a company. They can lay you off without a warning, right? To get away from lawsuits. We don't need so many things we don't need. I don't want to go back to nothing pre-COVID. Just want to go forward, things I haven't experienced, learn. In a parallel life, science, innovation, and technology would have been my chosen path, where satellites, computers, ICBMs, high-tech micro gadgets would have been my universe mainly. In this life, spirituality, philosophy, psychology, physicality, sexuality, art, the irrational emotional world, and they can go hand in hand. Just like 2 plus 2 equals 4. We can write the 2 plus 2 equals 4. We can write the 2 in red, the plus a line in white and a line in black. The other 2 we can write it in green. And the equal sign we can write one line in black and the other white. And the 4 we can write it multiple colors, each line 1 through 3. So thus we have the whole rainbow colors in the equation. 2 plus 2 equals 4, and we have also black and white. Doesn't have to be all black or all white or all red or all green. It can be black and white and all the colors of the rainbow. We write 2 plus 2 equals 4, meaning that irrational, the emotional, psychological dispositions of our own selves, our own natures. Because this world is of mystery. I'm a universal spiritual teaching student, but don't know it all. There's much to mystery. I do know that I don't want to go back to anything pre-COVID personally. Some people understand. Look at the sports, big sports leagues, National Football League, National Hockey League, National Basketball Association, MLB, European Soccer. A lot of them, they want to go back to how they had a good business. I understand, the selfishness. I understand it. I'm fighting it myself sometimes. I have the low impulse, although I'm the worst financial crisis of my life. But the kisses from the goddess to my allies and armies, I want to distribute, give freely, right, in a balanced, harmonious equilibrium way. Cause I don't turn the other cheek, and ain't nobody's motherfucking rug, motherfucker. Fuck out of here. And consent, dialogue, mutual business. We can do business for pleasure, for purpose, for XYZ, not just for my own or your own, but to a third party. Additionally, many workers, particularly in younger cohorts, are seeking to gain a better work-life balance. And in one of my theories, incorporating the dancing goddess and the dragon empire, is that we need more citizen integration across all levels of civilization, since in the past decades we had a lot of specialization, which is great and has been beneficial, but it also created a lot of alienation, which triggered depressions. And so the Dragon Army to also be volunteering and community work and allow citizens to go learn about in the big cities how recycling is done. Where's the recycling? Some people, most of us, just know we put it there outside. I have both compost and recycling. It goes, the big truck comes, it goes, but where? Who? All these things between the rural and the urban. So this is my integration theory to be put into practice. To integrate across all levels of society. To know, to inquire, ask questions. And give people second, third chances. Right? Sure, I made mistakes too. Don't remember much from my childhood, young adolescence, early adulthood. Remember more in the past years. Reading a lot, writing a lot, also struggling and suffering, but also having, to my friend, oftentimes teacher, the one I love and call sister. So some of the best memories of the travel across Canada, coast to coast, and my anonymous, one and only financial sponsor at the moment. My love and will to her too. If something happens, I've been sick, maybe I got the variant of the COVID called AY, the letters A and the letter Y 4.2. If I die, this video is posted on her to continue the dancing goddess in the Dragon Empire and the Phoenix People's Party. According to Adobe study, the exodus is being driven by millennials on a work-life balance. Restaurants and hotels, industries that require in-person interactions, have been hit the hardest by a wave of resignations. Restaurants and hotels, industries that require in-person interactions, have been hit the hardest by waves of resignations. Hotels and restaurants, industries that require in-person interactions, have been hit the hardest by waves of resignation. COVID-19 stimulus payments and rises in unemployment benefits allow those who rely on low-wage jobs for survival to stay home, although places where unemployment benefits were rolled back did not see significant job creation as a result. My food's starting to smell good, both the apple pie and which in about 5-10 minutes we'll go check again. According to an Adobe study, the exodus is being driven by millennials and Gen X, Generation Z. I'm a millennial. Millennials, also known as Generation Y or Gen Y, the ones starting in the early 1980s to the 1990s, mid-1990s. So some say 1980 to 1996, some 1981 to 1997, some 1982 to 1998. I'm 1984, so I'm a millennials, and Generation Z. Gen Z are known as Zoomers. mid to late 1990s, born to early 2000s, Gen Z, are more likely to be dissatisfied with their work. More than half of Gen Z reported planning to seek a new job within the next year. Study, August 26, 2021. Study, Gen Z and Millennials Driving the Great Resignation. I'm a millennial, I can understand it. Impacts. Let's work out some more. United States impacts. In April 2021, as COVID-19 vaccination rates increased, evidence began emerging that the Great Resignation was beginning in the United States. That month, a record 4.0 million Americans quit their jobs. A record. Wow, a record. In June 2021, approximately 3.9 million American workers quit their jobs. Resignations are consistently the most prevalent in the South, where 2.9% of the workforce voluntarily left their jobs in June, followed by the Midwest and the West, 2.8, and West. The Northeast is the most stable region, with 2% of workers quitting in June. According to Microsoft's 2021 Work Trend Index, more than 40% of the global workforce are considering quitting their job in 2021. Global workforce, I wonder if it's international, universal, worldwide, or global as in global, meaning the total of the United States. I'm assuming it's global as in the total United States, maybe North America. But according to a PricewaterhouseCoopers survey conducted in early August 2021, 65% of employees said they are looking for a new job, and 88% of executives said their company is experiencing higher turnover than normal. In the context of human resources, turnover is the act of replacing an employee with a new employee. In October 2021, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that food service workers' quit rates rose to 6.8%. Their salaries should have been increased back in 2007 to minimum, starting at minimum 15, even 17 hours, food service workers, which is well above the industry average of 4.1 over the last 20 years and still higher than the industry's quit, Q-U-I-T, quit, as in quit, peaks of 5% in 2006 and 2019. The retail industry had the second higher quit rate. But there's different spellings here. Highest Q-U-I-T-E and there's Q-U-I-T, quiet. Highest quit rates. Yeah, just a little spelling error. It's okay. You can write. Nah, I make spelling mistakes too. Mispronounce words. I'm not perfect. Far from it. Deloitte study published in Fortune magazine in October 2021 found that among Fortune 1000 companies, 73% of CEOs anticipate the work shortage will disrupt their businesses over the next 12 months. 57% believe attracting talent is among the company's biggest challenges, and 35% have already expanded benefits to bolster employee retention. Amidst the great resignation, a strike wave known as strike action, labor strike, or strike. Amidst the great resignation, a strike wave known as Striketober. Striketober is the labor strike wave in October 2021, which October 31st, Halloween. It's midnight. It's just begun midnight night. It's 12:19 a.m. EST. Halloween, and I was so upset. I saw the prices for the Halloween candies kept even increased before COVID. Like I mean, the corporations and the big grocery stores, supermarkets, chains, and can't you give half price for the struggling families for one day a fucking year? It's fucking Halloween for the kids' pleasure and instruct them to brush their teeth and recycle. And after do it the November 1st, they're gonna be half 50% off most of them, and one third of them or a quarter, maybe not one third, but 25% or 20 or 15%, minimum 10% at least will go to the garbage. Strike October. It's a labor strike wave in October 2021 by workers in the United States in the context of strikes during the COVID-19 pandemic. During the month, more than 100,000 workers in the United States either participate or prepare for strikes. So it's strike wave known as Striketober began participating in or preparing for strike action. From The Guardian, October 23rd, October 24th. Striketober in US as organized labor makes a post-pandemic comeback. While discussing Striketober, The Guardian wrote that some economists describe the Great Resignation as workers participating in a general strike. A general strike is a strike action in which a substantial proportion of the total labor force in a city, region, or country participates. General strikes are characterized by the participation of workers in a multitude of workplaces and tend to involve entire communities against poor working conditions and low wages. Striketober is showing workers' rising power, but will it lead to lasting change? Hopefully. I only want to go towards change. And people will encourage people to work out, train, exercise their body, temple for hygiene. And Europe. A survey of 5,000 people in Belgium, France, the UK, Germany, and the Netherlands by HR company SD Works found that employees in Germany had the most COVID-19 related resignations, with 6% of the workers leaving their jobs. This was followed by the United Kingdom with 4.7%, the Netherlands with 2.9%, and France with 2.3%. Belgium had the least number of resignations with 1.9%. No, 32. Striketober. and check on the food again. Check out some YouTube videos on the Striketober and the Great Resignation. Show off my beauties. Show off, show off, show off. Show off my beauties. Ta-da! Chocolate devil's chocolate apple pie. And potatoes. Yummy, 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 yummy. Should feed me for now during Halloween. I'm gonna have leftover. Or with the workout, working out, training, exercising, I do need more calorie intake to build muscles. But I'm gonna put it back for 15 more minutes. 15 more minutes. Cover it. I'm only gonna cover the apple pie. Yeah, so tasted a little bit of the potatoes, and 15 more minutes exactly. It is 12:29 a.m. We're gonna continue doing some reading and no more coffee. Enough coffee. We're probably not gonna go to bed until sunrise. Until sunrise probably. Well, let's work out a bit. Very past 3. Watch a movie or two. One movie which I do want to watch again, and I found it on YouTube. It's a great movie which I've seen, and I'm in the process of watching time traveling movies, although one movie called Predestination for Halloween. Well, it's a time traveling movie, it's not Halloween. And one for Halloween, which we'll watch, is a great movie, although it's a bit long, quite long, 4 hours. It's called storm of the century. But I watched it twice, that one also, and I'm willing to watch it a third time because it's just great. The dialogue, the mystery, and it's one of those characters where it has kind of it's antagonist, but not entirely. It has redeeming qualities, or it's not traditional antagonist. It's not that black or white. It's not that white or black. There's a lot of gray and a lot of some kind of like balance, harmony, equilibrium of justice and question of retribution, punishment, and vengeance, and deeds versus supernatural forces and humanity and civilization and our own spirituality, religions, and psychology. Has a little bit of everything, in my opinion. Storm of the Century, based on I think it's a book by Stephen King. A few more minutes, until about 40. Gotta turn off the heat and let's see what's in the news. In the news, not so good a news, so we're gonna watch some of the news surrounding Striketober. Arnold Schwarzenegger. How come I'm getting guess algorithms and stuff? I got a video, so I was looking for Striketober, and like the seventh video I put on my playlist 3, and I was gonna put some more, and I get Arnold Schwarzenegger calls leaders liars over climate change. BBC News, not BBC Porn. I broke my porn diet last night. I'm gonna go on a porn diet after Halloween again. I go on porn diets. Yes, do watch porn and fantasize and masturbate. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I just want to check something. Striketober and then Great. I'm gonna check Great Resignation. 2020. I just want to check how old was Arnold Schwarzenegger when he filmed a Terminator movie. So I'm gonna have to go see Terminator. It's gonna work out a bit. the Terminator was released. Oh, October 26th. Is that so? The Terminator 1984 was released October 26, 1984. The year I was born, and just before I was born, 1984. Terminator. Terminate low wages. Terminate corporate greed. Terminate selfish poison. Share if you got millionaires, billionaires. Share finance the youth to work out, exercise, to channel their aggressions or whatever happened. Secure food, housing, transport, hygiene for humanity. So the Terminator was released October 26, 1984. And Arnold Schwarzenegger. The Terminator was released in the month of Scorpio. So I'm learning. 26th of October. Scorpio begins 22nd or 23rd of October. So yeah, a few days in the month of Scorpios, which we are in now. I'm a Scorpio myself, but I get orders from a Leo, lion child, an adolescent child, gives me orders. Arnold Schwarzenegger, born July 30th, 1947. So Arnold Schwarzenegger is also Lion. The month of Leo begins. He's not a Scorpio. He's a Leo. His Leo begins July 23rd. Makes sense. So it is, whether I like it or not, the most powerful sign in the zodiac, Leo. Related to fire. Scorpio is related to water, the more hidden occult. So divine feminine, more the goddess, while Leo against the sun with water. And yes, I say goddess, G-O-D-D-S-S. So 84, 1947, July 30th. So you got from July to October is July, August, September, 2 months, because July 30th is the end of the month. I'm not going to count it as a day. Okay? So July, August, 1 month, September, 2 months, and October 26th is more than 3 weeks. So 60 days, more than 80 days. And from 84 minus 47 is 37. So he was 37, more than 37. I'm not yet 37. He was more than 37. 37 and 93 days, about 93 days when the Terminator was released. So it was 37 and almost 3 months. Workout. No. And the Great Resignation. Turn the heat off in 3 minutes. Mark out some more. And go turn off the heat. Heat is off. I'll leave it 10 minutes in the heat. Wrap up this video. Yours truly, Adrian H. Dragan. Died during COVID. Work out some more. This water bottle work out with. See, water up full. This has been a special event dedicated to world peace, international justice, global freedom. harmony between civilization and nature, and the mission, vision, and philosophies of the dancing goddess and the Dragon Empire, which are one empire under the sun and stars on earth, for world peace, international justice, global freedom, maintaining harmony between civilization and nature, the Phoenix People's Party, the anti-war, anti-poverty, anti-racism, universal revolutionary centrist party, it's a democratic fusion calling all willingly loving to join to support the mission, vision, and philosophy thereof, coupled with the special preamp during Halloween Rainbow Witch project, which yours truly today is already the 31st of October. We'll dress up as Rainbow Witch. Just noticed that it started pouring out there. Hopefully by tomorrow 3 p.m. it will clear. To do some meditations and others to try to persuade willing, loving Mother Nature to stop the rain at least tomorrow morning, if not afternoon, if not by 3 p.m. so that it won't be raining when the children go trick-or-treating in Hawk Island, Montreal, and have no powers over Mother Nature. The greatest artist can only channel tiny sparks of her understanding and calling for harmony thereof as she dances with her brother the sun to make, create, and produce all fruits, vegetables, and legumes now that the sun rises over Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, and it's in midday already in Japan, China, the Koreas, Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, India. So it's been a special event. Rainbow Witch gonna dress up as, continuing the advocacy. I was hoping for the reduction in the prices to be reduced half before Halloween for once, and it's COVID. It seems that the powers, corporate that be, they want to go back, of course, to pre-COVID times, to the things how they were with business. It was too late on each Dragan who died during COVID. I don't want to go back to anything I died during COVID. I want to get some healing and transforming, exercising, working out, training has been, is, and will be medicine and therapy for me. Sure, encourage all philosophy. The body is a temple for purpose and pleasure, as we, of course, accept those who differ in the bodies, however their bodies are, and encourage people to channel, understand through love is action, as much as we meditate as spiritual, to incorporate just being, as the Sabbath is dedicated to that being and pleasure, for dance, love, massage, kiss, wash, take a bath, which probably we'll do tomorrow night after Halloween. Well, still during Halloween until tomorrow midnight, Monday, 1st of November. Again, back to business. Yours truly open for business, Adrian Hanna Dragan. World peace to my allies and armies. Blessings, kisses, rubs, hugs, push-ups, squats, hawks. To the rest, keep my holy, sacred, and divine name out of your mouth if it's not for a blessing.